Hey guys, it's Freya. Welcome to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a few updates on AGUST Tour. I am using my microphone again, doing the whole thing. I wasn't going to make this video originally. In fact, it's midnight and I should be asleep because I'm seeing Junie tomorrow and I have like a million things to do before the show. So, but there was a few things that happened. Presale registration is over. I won't be going into like how to ticket or anything. I'll link those down below because I've already said everything I've ever needed to say in all the ticketing videos I've made, and you can find so much more information online. I don't think I could put any more like of my 2 cents into it. There's no right answer for ticketing, and it's mostly luck, and there's not much I could say, I feel like. But presale registration is over. Codes come out on Tuesday evening. Unfortunately, if you haven't registered for presale, you can't anymore. And then if you did register for presale, you'll be waiting for Tuesday, February 28th for the presale codes to come out. Like I said, I'm not making a ticketing video, but check your internet speed, and also make sure your card that you're going to be using is loaded onto your Ticketmaster account. And one thing that I will mention that I don't think I mentioned in any of my other ticketing videos is just warn your bank that morning. Call your bank and say that you're going to be making a big purchase if you don't typically make big purchases. I don't really call my bank for things like this anymore, but I used to when I didn't spend as much as I do now. Now I spend, a lot more than I used to when I was like a teenager or in college. So I used to have to warn my bank when I'm like buying concert tickets, especially if I'm buying for multiple dates, because sometimes they'll flag it and be like, this is fraud. And I'm like, it's not fraud. I'm literally just insane. But now my bank's used to me like buying a concert ticket or a plane ticket every 3 days. So I don't really warn them anymore. But if you don't make purchases like that, just let your bank know so they don't flag it as fraud and then it doesn't go through for Ticketmaster. And the more you try, the more they flag it as fraud, and it's just like a mess. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the seating chart and the prices. That's why I'm making this video, because I have updates on both of those. The seating chart is kind of a messy situation right now on TikTok and on Twitter. A lot of people are not happy. Basically, as of the recording of this video, all of the seating charts have been updated on Ticketmaster pages except for Newark. Newark, New Jersey's stop, they have one date and they don't have a seating chart on that page yet, but the rest of them do, and every stop except for Oakland is showing a GA floor. Oakland is still showing like all seated, but it does say subject to change under all of the seating charts. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it changed, if they're doing GA for all the floors. This morning, UBS Arena, which is the one in New York, had a seating chart with seats, and then like hours after they uploaded that seating chart, they had one with the GA floor. They changed it. And so I wouldn't hold my breath for Oakland. It might be a GA floor but for right now, if you're looking for a seated show, Oakland is the only one at the moment. The rest of them, like I said, are GA floor, and Newark hasn't come out yet, but GA, if you don't know what that means, is general admission. I got a few questions on my TikTok about that. It's general admission, just means first come, first serve. Whoever gets in the doors first is the first one into the venue. There's no seats. You just stand there. That kind of thing. GA, like, floor things are very common in all of these venues. I mentioned it in my first video about AGUST Tour. I'll be making a series, if you guys don't know, but I mentioned it in that one. I'll link that video down below, but I mentioned that every single AGUST venue has a history of doing both GA floor or seated floor, and I was like, I'm scared it's gonna be GA, and it is. It's GA. So a lot of people are upset that it's general admission, and a lot of people are bringing up 2018 Love Yourself tour. It was a mess for BTS GA, so people are scared. People are wondering what's going to happen. People are upset. People are not wanting to be GA at all and saying that they're going to do 100 section instead. All of it is valid. I understand where everyone is coming from. I did get a few questions if they're like, should I do the floor since it's GA or should I get a seat? And honestly, that's up to you. You have to know who you are and assess yourself and what your priorities are. People like to be GA floor because they like to be close. And the bright side of GA floor is that the entire floor is one price. And it's not like, you know, if it's seated, the closer to the stage you are, it's more expensive. And then the back of the floor is cheaper. But GA floor, everybody gets to pay the same price. And then whoever gets there first is the first one in and gets to be barricade. A lot of people are bringing up things like camping and lines and all that stuff. Honestly, I don't know how it's gonna go yet. I don't know if people will be camping. I have a feeling that they will be, just because it's Yoongi, it's BTS, and also these K-pop groups, like all of K-pop, not just BTS, have been notoriously known for having camping when it is a GA situation. This is a no-hate camping zone. So I actually strongly believe in camping. I was a camping girly. I will say I'm not quite built like that anymore. I used to camp for like days for things, and I was camping for shows before camping was a thing, before it became like very normal to camp for shows. I was camping for shows because I followed the 975 around this country, and that was like the first, like if you look at just pop culture in general and concert culture, the 975 is like one of the first like of this era, of this generation of camping. But camping can be dated back to pop stars of the last like 7 decades. Like people have been camping forever. It's not a new concept. It's just been popularized more in the recent years. And although it is like hard for everybody to camp, and a lot of people just don't know what to expect, I don't believe in hating on camping, and I don't like the argument of like everybody's stinky. I'm like, if you know how to camp for a show and you know what goes into it, you wouldn't think that because people shower before the show. But I know that camping is not normal for a lot of people and they don't know what goes into it. I think it's to each their own. If you want to camp, you will. You will not be catching me camping for like a week for Yoongi, but that's me. Like, I'm not built like that anymore. I used to be. If I was still 16, if it was a decade ago, then come on, I'll be out there for 9 days. But if, like, I'm just older now, I'm 26, like, I could maybe camp for a day, but I don't know. I don't even know if I want to do that. And I have been loving back of the floor. I like to rage in the back of the floor with my friends. I say rage very loosely because we're just like jumping up and down, screaming the words. But anyways, so it is literally like up to you. People are like, should we camp? Should I get floor? I'm like, just assess yourself, because there's no right answer. I feel like people think there's a right answer to this. There isn't. And like for me, I love concert crowds. I lived most of my life squished onto a barricade. Like I have spent most of my years like that, and that's like the place I call home. But for a lot of people, you know, some people are claustrophobic, some people can't handle that. It literally just depends. And if you know that you are a person that can't handle that, don't try to be close and don't try to be on the floor. The 100 section at most of these venues are really awesome. I've actually been to 3 out of 5 of the venues. Great views from the 100 section. I think if you don't want to do GA, if you're nervous about general admission, get a 100 section seat. You'll have a seat assigned to you. Nobody's going to be pushing you. You're chilling up there. You're seeing Yoongi. I think it would be a great idea. Even the 200s. Again, I've been to 3 out of 5 of these venues, and great places. I think like the seats are great. I've especially like the Forum and for the Oakland Arena, great views. The only ones that I haven't been to is USB and what's the one in Rosemont? I haven't been to that one, but I've been to Prudential, I've been to Oakland Arena and the Forum, and it's great. Like, I would sit up there if I needed to. I just personally like the floor, and I like GA concerts. It's like just the concert girl in me that has been going to these things and is kind of a veteran with it, but like not everybody's built for it, and that's absolutely okay. I'll be going more in depth into GA concerts on my series. I'll be making a full video just on GA and what to expect for the shows, because a few people have asked me to, and I think that's a good idea. I'm making a whole series, like I said, everything you need to know, like I do for all the BTS shows since PTDLA. I've made everything you need to know for LA, Vegas, and Hobie Palooza. So I'll be making an everything you need to know for this. And I'll be making a video that is just focused on general admission for these shows and specific to the venues. I think that would be helpful, and a lot of people have asked me to do it, so I will be doing that. Also, people have asked me which shows I'm going to. That is a good question. I literally just got off the phone with Mo like an hour ago, and we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do, and I don't know. I want to go to a few shows, but I couldn't tell you which ones we're going to yet. When we figure it out, I will announce it, because that is like the most popular question I get right now, is which shows, and I don't know. I want to go to multiple. That's kind of the goal. I just have a lot going on. I am at the same time of Yoongi tour. I'll be just finishing Coachella. I'll be following Muna on tour. And I had to sell my Jackson Wang meet and greet to even make this happen, because I don't think I have enough time to see Jackson and see Yoongi on top of that. So that was sad. I literally cried at work, but anyways, but it's because I'm following 2 tours at once. I'm following Muna's tour to a few dates, and I'm following Yoongi's tour to a few dates. So I'm trying to plan out the time correctly, and also figure out which shows I'm going to. I have been changing my Muna plan multiple times, which is really sad, but yeah, and I'm not going to Boston anymore, RIP. If anybody needs a Boston Muna ticket, I have 2 of them with a fast pass, so just putting that out there. But yeah, so I don't know yet, but I will announce it soon. We just are trying to figure out what is best. Also, if you guys are going to these specific shows, let me know which ones you're going to, because I want to make sure that I hit every single stop on my everything you need to know. I'll be talking about every single one, even the ones I'm not personally going to, and I would love to know what the people watching my videos are going to, so I can focus heavily on those venues. Yeah, just like I feel like there's a lot of good information that I know from each venue, especially the ones I've been to. Also, random things like how Yoongi is performing for 2 days, the 10th and the 11th, and then Joji's performing, I believe, the 12th, 13th, and then Yoongi's performing again on the 14th at the Forum, and like what that entails and things like that. So let me know what shows you guys are going to. And finally, prices. The dreaded question of prices. So I do know the pricing for Yoongi. I found out that the pricing is gonna range from $60 to $280. That is before fees, so make sure you take fees into account. Fees usually range on Ticketmaster from about $50 to $80. 75 is the sweet spot to me. I feel like it's usually around there. So make sure you add, I usually add $100 to the price just in case, like in my head. So, but the prices before fees are $60 to $280, and that's not including any VIP. I don't know if there is VIP. I know the ticket prices, but I don't know if there's any VIP, or any perks or anything that he's releasing extra. But if there is, it'll be higher than those prices, higher than the ticket prices I just mentioned. And then 60 will be the very top, coming closer to the stage gets more, and I believe 280 is the general for admission. And then for right now, for this current moment, it is not showing that he's going to be participating in platinum / dynamic pricing. None of the PTD shows had platinum or dynamic pricing, so maybe, hopefully, that he will also opt out, but I don't know. The only artist that I've known to actually opt out of dynamic pricing and platinum pricing is BTS and Taylor Swift. And Paramore, I believe, opted out for a few shows, not all of them, but it's not very common for artists to opt out. The only reason that I think it might happen is because BTS also opted out, so I feel like Yoongi might as well, because it's the same company running these things. High, big hit, you know. And so right now it's not showing dynamic pricing, but I would be prepared that it is subject to change. It might be dynamic pricing. When Newark comes out, like the seating chart, and also when, not when, hopefully it doesn't, but if Oakland changes from seated to GA, I'll pin a comment down below if there's any changes, and then obviously I'll talk about it in my upcoming videos for this series. So stay tuned, subscribe if you would like. If you're going to Yoongi's tour, I'll post a lot of information if you want to see what my videos are like. There's I think Vegas is the best one to see what kind of videos I'll be making, because I made like planning out your itinerary, everything you need to know for the venue, all the events that were happening, what to wear, what to bring, and that's kind of what I'll be doing for Yoongi. So if that's something you're interested in, if you're going on tour and you would like this information, just subscribe to me, please. It helps me out a lot too. So I really appreciate it, and I'm really excited to see Yoongi on tour. I think that is so cool that he's doing this, and also I'm just excited because that's my favorite person in the entire world. I don't care if anybody thinks they're a bigger Yoongi stan than me. No, I'm just kidding. Like, it's not really a contest, but like, do I joke about how I'm the only person that loves Yoongi in the world? Yes, because in my own head, I'm the only person that loves Yoongi in the world. But yeah, so like, subscribe. I will talk to you guys very soon. I'll probably make a video next week after ticketing regarding on some updates and things. So be sure to subscribe, and my next video probably will be my vlog for tomorrow though, because I'm seeing Junie. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. This was a very quick video, but just a few things, just a few updates. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Let me know if there's anything specific you would like me to talk about in my Everything You Need to Know series, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.